Look at this. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you really want to be using PK Thunder like me? Then you really have to watch this video all the way through, because PK Thunder can rack up damage as well as kill opponents. Like, why would you not want to take people's stock early? And why would you not want to rack up more damage? Just watch this video all the way through and you'll definitely know how to do this. So this is basically PK Thunder, guy. I hope you're in the right place, but this is basically everything I know about PK Thunder. So now let's talk about all the hitboxes on PK Thunder. Now PK Thunder has a lot of hitboxes. Like, it's freaking crazy how many hitboxes are in this move. The whole move is basically a hitbox, but the most important part of the move is the head of the move. The head can rack up the most damage. That's where you want to touch the opponents with. The head pushes opponents away from the stage, and the head also kills opponents, so you really want to focus on the head of the move. I guess I would say it's like kind of like a wrecking ball, but I don't know if that's a good comparison or not. But the problem is that PK Thunder actually has a tail, so even if the move sounds simple, like you just use PK Thunder, go straight through the opponent and they won't move, because PK Thunder has that tail that will keep them from moving in the direction you want them to. So what you have to do is worry about the head, because the head is the part of the move that actually has knockback. Now the opponent not moving is not a bad thing, because we would definitely talk about this more in the section about racking up damage. Anyway, when you're trying to keep your opponent from recovering, you only want the part of the move that pushes the opponents away from the stage, which is basically the head. So you have to curve Thunder like this, and here are some examples of it. Now let's go over actually recovering. When you're recovering, you have to hit yourself with Thunder. I mean, that's basic knowledge. Like, who would not know this? I mean, if you're playing this character, then you should already know that you have to hit yourself with Thunder to recover. Obviously y'all know about that, of course y'all do, but the key thing that we need to focus on are the angles that we use. So usually you'll see people use this angle right here, but this angle is so basic and it becomes very predictable. You have to focus and practice different angles, so that way you'll become less predictable and you'll be able to recover easy. Now the first unique angle I want to talk about is the opposite curve. This is ideal if you think your opponent is going to come down and edge guard you from the front. So that way you can kind of trick them and go the opposite way with your Thunder and possibly attack them so they won't hurt you. Now the second one is the high recovery. This one is very hard to get. I still struggle with this myself. So I wouldn't recommend doing this in a match unless you have practiced like hours, maybe even days, maybe even years, because I still don't know how to do this right. And there's also a side recovery, but sometimes you'll hit your head on the wall of the stage, which you'll have to use a second PK Thunder. So practice this a lot, because you basically probably need to already be buffering PK Thunder. Or you can have fast reflexes. Now this one is one of my favorite ones. I like to call this one PK Thunder Rocket Mark II Alpha. No, don't actually call it that. I just came up with that on the fly. But now knowing that this is an actual choice gives us a lot of options on stages with walls, because you can deliberately aim for the wall and then use another PK Thunder to get back on stage so you won't get spiked. And this has saved me from so many spikes you don't even know. You really have to utilize this and practice this if you don't know how to do this. Now I want to let you guys know that you can also do this on stage, but this has gotten me punished so many times. Like, I tried it and I was like, dang, I got punished again. Dang, I got punished again. It's annoying. Also, there's one more that I do that I recover with, and it's using PK Thunder straight on stage. And this one is just like, back up, yo, you in my face. Dang, back up. Alright, so now that we're done with recovering, this is the part that I really wanted to talk about, and it's using PK Thunder in your advantage state. Now Nesses, they do this all the time. You're high? Okay, I'm gonna use PK Thunder. You're off stage? Oh, I'm gonna use PK Thunder. You're on stage? Oh, I'm gonna use PK Thunder. So you know what I did? Oh, you're high up? I'm gonna use PK Thunder. Oh, tech chase situation, I'ma use PK Thunder. Oh, I'm done a combo, I'ma use PK Thunder. Now obviously it's similar situations, but the differences between these two PK Thunder moves are very, very important, so don't get me wrong about this. Now look, this is going to make Ness sound better, like leagues better, but remember, I'm a Lucas main, so I should be biased, right? Alright, so anyway, Ness and Lucas's PK Thunder starts up on frame 20. Good, right? But Ness's cancel out on an opponent when it hits them, so he can immediately use another PK Thunder. However, Lucas can't do that, so expect a punish if you didn't cancel out on the wall, a platform, or the ground, or you just finished the move off. And crazy thing is, it's also faster, so it covers more distance than Lucas's. Not only that, Ness Thunder has 39 frames of in lag, while Lucas's has 44 frames of in lag. Like, it's so dumb. Why would they change that one little thing? It's like a couple frames. Give Lucas 39 frames of in lag too. That's what I need. Not only this, Ness can hit an opponent and do 11%, which is very consistent, and Lucas can at least do 9.3% if you hit the move all the way through. Now the maximum amount is 17%, so that could be worth it if you know what you're doing. And to be more specific though, the head does 3% while the tail does 0.9. Now, like I said, this sounds like Ness is straight up better, but we have one thing to make our move just like an okay move, and that's the fact that it doesn't disappear on contact. So when you're recovering, your enemy can't snipe your recovery like they can do to Ness. They also can't make Thunder disappear on shield, so you basically could go straight at them with Thunder, and it could be a potential mix-up. Not only that, if you catch them slipping, you can still rack up some damage. That's really good, and sometimes I would literally rack up 17% with the full wraparound of PK Thunder, which is amazing. And sometimes like I would get them like 0 to 30 or 0 to 50 by doing a whole string of like combos or whatever, and then using PK Thunder at the end, and it just so good. It's so good. My goal in this video is basically to show y'all how good PK Thunder can be, and I want to see if y'all can come up with things that I haven't came up with. And obviously more damage is better. I mean, the reward is high, but the risk is also high, so we have to experiment and reduce the risk by doing the correct arcs for each situation, and also keeping the opponent inside the PK Thunder. To keep the opponent inside the move, you really have to be aware of the knockback of the tail, in which it has no knockbacks, so you want to try to keep the opponent inside the tail for as long as possible. Now remember how I said the head of the move has knockback? Well, depending on the percent, you have to follow the opponent to get maximum damage. You always want to do your arcs in a way that will push the opponent off stage, so if you're on the ground you want to do it this way. Well, instead of doing it this way, they'll get pushed towards you and you may hit yourself off stage, or you have to react to what they're doing, or they will punish you for doing something stupid. When they're in the air, you want to do it this way. This will put them off stage, so that way you can do whatever you want to them. Now that we're done talking about that, let's get into the different arcs you can do on stage. Now first we have the circle arc. This arc is very adaptable for your opponent. What I have noticed is that some will let go of shield and some won't. Like literally some won't, and they will run at you and punish you. The good side about this arc is that you will get the maximum damage that you can get out of this move. Now we have the horizontal oval. The great thing about this one is that PK Thunder will end on the opponent, so it's less of a risk. And now we have the vertical oval. This one will sometimes mix the opponent up because they'll think you're going up to like cancel it or something, and then you'll come back down and basically get them. And finally we have the wave arc. The wave arc is used when the opponent is at high damage, and the reason for this is that the head of the move has knockback, so the higher damage the person has, the more they'll get knocked back. So you want to kind of follow them with this wave, so that way you get the most damage you can out of the move, and also get to push them back twice. Okay, so there's two more things that we have to go over in this video, and one of them is tech situations. There are a lot of ways Lucas can deal with tech situations. You got freeze, which covers like 4 options. You got PK fire, and you got more other stuff. Alright, so using PK Thunder for tech situations, you want to circle the area where you're circling normal get up and tech roll inwards. Going for a tech roll outwards could be very risky. You can trick them by faking like you're going for tech roll outwards and then coming back for tech roll inwards. That could also work, but if that doesn't work, then you'll just get punished because they'll tech roll into you and then hit you. And the last thing is that you can also ledge trap with Thunder, but here's the thing though, if you're near the edge of the stage and you're using PK Thunder, they are going to use get up attack, so you have to put yourself in a way where you don't get hit by get up attack, and also put yourself in a way where you can hit them with PK rocket too. It's kind of hard and it's kind of annoying, but you also can circle the area of the edge and possibly cover a lot of options that way, but they may roll and then punish you anyway. Okay, this is the last thing. I'm done after this. I'm really done. But can you combo into PK Thunder 2? I never really tried this in a match, but I think I did it and it worked. And you know, training mode never really helps, but it works, I guess. That's weird. Anyway, guys, support me as a content creator on Patreon. Like, that would be very helpful. Give me 5 cents. Give me 20 cents. Give me 30 cents. I'll be cool with that. Anyway, guys, like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if y'all need more help, we also have PK Fire Guide. See you.